Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk Food Network. We have a crazy show for you guys tonight. It is Sweet Tooth Wars. We're going to be bringing you things that will help cure that sweet tooth when you have one, without hopefully leading you into a binge or something like that. But to cure that sweet tooth without you cleaning out the kitchen of everything that's there. We have a couple guests with us tonight, and we are excited. We have the Queen of Sweets, our pastry chef. Oh my goodness, Sarah is here from the Renew Show.
Hi.
And also Michael, Chef Michael is here with us tonight. He looks all groomed up and looks absolutely amazing. I love the look, Michael. I really do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Looks so good. Almost as good as me, just saying.
Almost, he said.
Yeah.
Almost.
Chef Alicia is here and Chef Zen. And I am your master chef, Chef Daddy, okay? So tonight, you guys, we are going to be bringing you the dishes that we made, and we are also going to be talking about tips or tricks or just anything that we want to drop for you guys in the process of this hour-long show. So without further ado, we did have an order tonight that we will be presenting. Sarah will go first, then Zen, myself, Alicia, and Michael. So that's the order that we're presenting our dishes in. So without further delay, I'm pretty sure everybody knows Michael and Sarah, but let's go ahead. Sarah, why don't you just say a little bit about yourself, your channel, that kind of a thing, and then Michael, when she's done, just follow up and do the same thing.
Okay. Well, my name is Sarah, and my channel's name is the Smiling Lose Fat Team, and it's just my husband and I on our weight loss battle, and we do a couple of just vlogs of our life and current events, and I am currently pregnant. I'm due on June 9th, so that's a big life thing for us. So yeah, we're not really that exciting, but we still talk to the camera. So that's it.
Oh,
Well,
yes, you are. You're very
I
excited.
was going to say we adore you in the community, and we don't see as many videos as we used to, but we understand with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But you are on Renew.
Yes, I am on the Renew Show.
Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the you can type in Renew Show if you're not already subscribed to that. Put it in the search bar. It will pull up that show. She is a co-host over there. So just amazing. Glad that you're here tonight. Michael, what about you?
Well, I have a couple of channels. I have my primary channel, which is Michael VSG. It is primary my weight loss journey. And then I am a co-host of Sizzle This with Christy. That channel, we pretty much talk about weight loss journeys and topics and different food reviews and challenges. And then I do have a spot over on the forum on Friday nights, and I also do a weekly vlog for Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works.
Awesome. You're a busy guy. You get around. I also heard through the grapevine, and I don't know if this to be true because I was off last week in Vegas signing autographs, working with Chef Ramsay, and doing different things, but I heard through the grapevine that there may be a food challenge between Sizzle This and Real Talk Food Network. I don't know. I just heard that.
I heard there's going to be a challenge.
Okay. That's going to be a super fun challenge. Without further ado, let's see this food. Again, we're going to start with Chef Sarah. What did you bring tonight to make all of us drool?
Okay, well, I actually made two things because I couldn't make up my mind. The first thing I made, I'll try and put up these. Mm-hmm. These are cocoa chocolate chip banana bars. They're super duper easy to make. I actually did a video on my channel for these, and yeah, they're just really yummy, a great way to use up your bananas if they've gone overripe. And for one bar, it's 130 calories, just for one little bar. And then the other thing I made, I don't know the stats of, but I just really wanted this, so I made it. And it is, my light's a little weird here, so it's hard, but this is strawberry poke cake. Ooh. And it's used with real fruit. I didn't do it just the straight Jell-O way. It's just a vanilla cake, and then you mash up some strawberries and boil them down, get the juices out, mix it with a little bit of strawberry jello, and then poke a bunch of holes in the cake, hence the poke cake name, and pour it in, let it set in the fridge for about 3 hours, and then you top it with some more strawberries that you mixed with some sugar, and then you can use actual whipping cream, but I just use Cool-It because I had it in the freezer, and mix some strawberries in there and top it off. Keep it in the fridge for like another hour just to everything to set, and it's really delicious. I have no idea how many calories are in it. They're just really good. So, sorry.
That's good. But you can pretend like it's probably not as bad for you because there's not chocolate in it, right?
And there's real fruit. There's strawberries.
Right.
So there you go.
No frosting, too. There is
yeah,
the cream.
right.
It takes it down quite a bit. So it probably is not nearly as bad as what someone might think.
No, probably not. And it's all homemade, so I didn't use a box, cake box. So that's got to count for something, right?
Yeah, for sure. What would you say the prep time is on each of those prep and baking and that kind of a thing?
The banana bars, super easy, under 10 minutes to whip those bad boys up. And then about like 25 minutes to 30 minutes in the oven. It depends on what your oven's like. The cake takes a little bit longer because it needs to set. Baking the actual cake, really easy. It's a small cake, though. It's in an 8x8 pan. And it takes about probably like 10 minutes to whip up and then a half an hour to cook. But then you have to make the mash, the jello mixture, and let it set for 3 hours. So that total time takes probably about 4.5 hours to make the cake. So that's a little bit longer, but it's really good.
Okay, so if anyone's interested in one of those cakes, they can email her and she'll send it to you in the mail.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When my mom used to make that, now there were so many of us that she made a big one and she didn't do a lot of real fruit and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She did more of the jello part of it. But I remember she used Cool Whip on the top too. She'd put Cool Whip on the top. So that was always super fun. If anyone has any questions for Sarah, either the panel or viewers, go ahead and send those in now, and she can get those answered.
So, Sarah, I want to ask you, I know you made those and they look amazing, and here we always taste our food to get your first reaction, so we're waiting.
Oh, okay. Do I have to taste both of them? Because I really just want to eat this cake. I've been wanting it all day. Okay, thank you.
Taste the cake.
I'll try some. I know it's going to be really good.
While we're on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, it's good. It is good.
It is really good. I've been craving this all weekend, and I didn't have any of the stuff, and Matt went to the store for me today. I was so happy.
Oh, yay. Yay.
It's very good.
Before we go to Zen, I will say to Michael and Sarah, because you guys may have watched, but we do eat during the show. So if someone else is talking and you want to eat what you've made, because for a lot of us it's our dinner or whatever, because the show's on for a lot of us at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock and things. So if you want to do that, go ahead. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Pam always puts her head down so no one can see her. Whatever you want to do is fine. Let's go to Zen. And,
we do have we do. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but we do have a question for Sarah before we move on. Kim Cakes VSG says hello, and she wants to know, did Sarah use white flour for her poke cake?
I did. I used cake flour, but you can make it with whatever kind of flour you want. I usually use unbleached flour, but this is just what I had.
Okay.
Okay.
And then,
you guys, real quick, for someone that might not know, what is the difference between cake flour and unbleached, Sarah?
Cake flour is just it's like a finer flour, and it works better in cakes. You'll get a fluffier, a lighter cake. Okay. And then unbleached flour, I'm just meaning like unbleached all-purpose flour that you use in anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then Maintaining Michelle is here, and Christy from Sizzle This is here, and of course our other cook, Lindsay Cooks, she's watching us. Yeah, so she says she can't wait to win next week.
We'll see. Okay.
I have a
gotta
question.
get bored and get all my blue ribbons put up.
Right?
So I gotta get bored. But I'm so glad everybody's watching. Feel free to weigh in with questions. Like we said, no matter what it is, if it has to do with cooking and eating, we're here to answer your questions for you. It can be to any one of us or the whole group, whatever. Let's go to Zen. Zen, Chef Zen, what did you make tonight for us?
I made, well, I had a question for Sarah, but I'll come back to that later, since you want me to begin.
Let's go ahead with your questions so we don't get mixed up with them. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Sarah, my question is on the banana bars. What else is in there with the bananas? You know, is it like oats or is there nuts? And what does this taste like?
It is just bananas, sugar. I used brown sugar, and then cocoa, some eggs, and flour and chocolate chips. They taste like, it's hard. They're really like moist and gooey. They're really good. They're really good. They're really good warm, like right out of the oven. If you get them warm, it's so good because the chocolate's still melty in there. And you could use like I've seen people using honey instead of brown sugar and just cutting out like some of the other liquids so it's not too liquidy and stuff. But yeah, they're pretty good. You should give them a try. They're really good.
I probably will have to change the recipe a little bit to make it, you know, carb friendly.
Yeah, you could use oats. You can make oat flour and use it like that.
And you said that you do have a video on that, right? You just did it recently, right?
No, this one was actually a while ago, but I do have it.
But I
have a little list on my page.
Okay, cool.
Great. I'd like to check that out. Okay, my dish is what I made was, I'll show it to you guys. This is Fage Greek yogurt frozen with almonds and blueberries. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
And
Yum.
prep time, and I put a little coconut on the top. I mean, on the top of it. So it is actually extremely good. I made a whole cookie sheet of it, and then I had to literally, because it's so thick, you see it's like probably like a half-inch thick. I literally had to keep it in the parchment paper and like break it on the edge of the counter. There was no knife that would cut through it. I might have made it a little too thick, but it is awesome. I did use a little stevia in the raw to sweeten the yogurt. I don't like that tart taste. It has a nicer taste to it because it is, you know, tastes sweet. And with the almonds, I also put some dates in here. There's some little pieces of dates. So I figured out that the calories for a piece like that, sorry about that, I got it on my hands now. I'm guessing that the calories is probably between 150 and 180, depending what size piece you get. Because, I mean, I can tell you this probably weighs about 6 ounces right here, frozen. And there's probably, you know, maybe less than a 1/4 cup blueberries, and those are low calorie. A full cup of those is like 80. So even it's not even, maybe a little less than half a cup in each giant piece like this. And probably about 7 almonds per square, or maybe 8, you know, because I threw a ton of them in there. So it just depends on, you know what I mean, how many pieces of fruit and nuts that you have in your particular piece. So, but I'm guessing, but it is good protein. I mean, if you bar the fact that frozen protein is still good for you, my surgeon says that it's not. It's basically like dead once you freeze it or heat it. So if you don't eat it like in its natural form, it's not going to benefit you. But I still like to think that it's going to give me protein for the day. Just saying, you know.
Yeah.
So what is like a prep time on that?
Oh, this is like 10 minutes or less. This is like dump the yogurt into the bowl, dump in how many almonds, walnuts, dates, chunks, whatever you want, chips, chocolate chips, strawberries. I just use blueberries and almonds. But next time my daughter wanted me to try raspberries, strawberries, walnuts, bigger coconut chunks, I think would be awesome in there, and maybe some chocolate chips, or carob chips,
Oh yeah.
or even white chocolate chips. I mean, you could really throw down with this. This is something that you can customize and make it however you like it. You can put M&Ms in there. I mean, whatever, gummy bears, whatever is your thing.
Right.
You can freeze it up, and it'll be done in just a couple of hours. It freezes back.
Right.
So that's it for me.
Alicia, anytime there's questions, just break in. You don't have to wait for me to finish. You never do. What's the difference?
I'm used to you doing it. No, Rebecca Stutter says, Sarah, will you save me a banana bar?
Yes, that's my niece.
Oh, okay. She wants your banana bars.
Yes.
And then Sister Scaleback RNY says, my husband has a huge sweet tooth and is going to have VSG this spring. He's also hypoglycemic, which makes things difficult already. What can we do to prepare him for his post-op VSG life when it comes to curbing his sweet tooth?
Well, make something like this with yogurt and stevia, or whatever sweetener you use that's not sugar. And you have a low glycemic fruit. The blueberries are a low glycemic fruit. And almonds, I think when you're first post-op, you probably wouldn't want to eat those. No. But you can throw in some other things, other fruit instead of almonds, because nuts are harder to digest in stage 1 and 2 probably.
Yeah.
So just use some softer things.
Yeah. What about you, Michael? What do you use for sweets, like when you have a sweet tooth?
Well, the 2 dishes I made tonight are a good example of some of the stuff I do. But, I don't have a problem with sweets, and I'm not a real big sweets person. But when I do, I try to, different sugars and try to substitute, the lower carb and sugars.
I think the other thing too, Alicia, would be for the viewer that asked. I mean, I haven't had weight loss surgery, but you've made a decision to have the surgery, so you can go online and do research and find different things that's worked for different people, and some of those things you may like, and some of them you won't. But it really is about you've made that step to have the surgery, so now you have to follow through and learn to build that relationship with sweets, and realize you can have them. But you have to find what's going to work for you, and with anything else, it has to be in moderation, both in how often and the amount that we choose to eat those foods that may be trigger foods, they're not good for us, or for people that have had surgery may cause them dumping or whatever the case might be. So I think it's just a matter of educating yourself and finding out what you can have and what's going to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There's lots of good recipes for low carb, especially you type in like no sugar, low carb. There's lots of substitutions that you can use, in your recipes, swapping like applesauce for sugar and, different swaps all along. And if you find a recipe you want, just kind of like modify it to remove the flour and the sugars out as much as you can and use like almond meal or different type of like coconut flour, something, alternatives, things, if you're trying to reduce, carbs. I have a big sweet tooth. I like eating dates and almonds together, just one giant date, and I just eat it really slow with, one almond, and then I'll wait, and then I'll take another almond. So, you learn how to pace yourself through eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's just all about changing. Like, you can find alternatives. Just always alternatives. You
can find alternatives for sure.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people. Any recipes that any of us are making can obviously be modified to put them towards however you're eating, because not everybody watching the show is on a diet or trying to lose weight or wants that kind of a thing. So we've made the meals each are the way that we would probably prepare them for ourselves, but you can tweak these however you want to make less, like Zen said, less carbs, less sugar, or if you want the full thing, that's fine too. Not everybody has to watch that stuff. and eating it in moderation doesn't make it bad. So you just gotta tweak stuff to what's gonna work for you and what you want your nutritional intake to be.
Definitely.
Anyone else have a question for Zen about her dish before we move on?
No, I'd just say I'd make mine with cherries and pistachio nuts.
Oh,
that sounds so good.
I saw some online that had a pistachio, I think it's strawberry. That looked good too.
That sounds good.
Super good. Yep. And Rob, I'm thinking about you. You could have like that chocolate sauce on yours and or peanut butter sauce on it. Make the base full of coconut and yogurt, and then add your special sauce on the top.
Yeah, it would be good. So I may have to try that. I will see. When I have a sweet tooth, Daddy needs something sweet. So I brought you guys the blue ribbon recipe tonight. Okay. So this dish was originally, I was talking with my mom and I was going to do a peanut butter pie. I lost track of time, and the time change, you guys, does affect my prep time because by the time I get home from work, I have about 20 minutes to prepare for the show. So I think they're probably going to be more quick and more store-bought and prepped and things like that. But you know what? Not everybody is a chef. So you have to be able to accommodate and be fancy and still do things. So what I did, you guys, was I bought a Reese's mix that was in the store. It was in with the cake, and it's where you have the bottom, you bake it, and then it turns into like a crust, so to say, and then you top it with the peanut butter and cover it with the chocolate. You refrigerate it. You do all that. Well, I wasn't doing all that because that isn't what I wanted to prepare and bring. But what I did use out of that was the peanut butter mix and the chocolate mix. And I prepared those, and I got the stats for you guys. And the stats are a ballpark, but they're pretty accurate from what I can tell. And then I bought some strawberry shortcake cups. So what we have here is, in this first one, this is the strawberry cup. Oops, I'm pointing at the wrong one. This is blueberries. Sorry, Daddy don't eat strawberries. This is blueberries with some chocolate sauce drizzled on them, put inside of a strawberry shortcake cup. Okay, then the one here, let me show you guys this one. This one here is a cake-filled strawberry shortcake cup filled with peanut butter mix with chocolate drizzled on the top of it, okay? And then last but not least, this one is topped and closed. So this one is filled on the inside with chocolate for you chocolate lovers, closed off with an additional bottom of a strawberry shortcake, and then I drizzled peanut butter on, I topped the top of it with the chocolate sauce and then drizzled peanut butter over it. So without those sliding off, I'm trying to show you guys tonight's blue ribbon desserts that I'm presented. But these are going to be amazing. Now, I want to cut these so you guys can see what they look like on the inside. First, I'm going to give you guys the stats. Now, if you do the blueberry one with a little bit of chocolate drizzled on it with the cake holder, that's going to be about 90 calories. There's not a lot to it. If you look at it, you can see that I only put a very, very little bit of chocolate on there, just a little drizzle, and for that person that had a sweet tooth that wanted something that was going to help with that, along with the sponge cake holder, that would give you that sweet taste to fulfill that appetite. Then for the one here that's not topped, this one here, this is the one that is filled with peanut butter with chocolate on the top. The whole inside of that is filled with that peanut butter mix. So I should say about 2 tablespoons because they don't go all the way to the bottom. So that's gonna run you about 160 calories, 7 grams of fat, and 12 carbs, okay, for that one. And I can't really take that one off the plate because I'm worried that the bottom would fall out of it. But there it is, and I'm gonna cut that sucker in a second, okay? And then this is the one that's in my restaurant in Vegas, where I'm an executive chef, and this one here is the 220 calorie dessert. It's filled with chocolate and then has peanut butter sauce drizzled on the top of it, has 9 grams of fat and 19 carbs, because the extra carbs are coming from the chocolate that's on the top of the cake and also the additional piece of cake as the topper, okay? So this is your guys' dish. I'm going to cut into this so you guys can see what this looks like. Okay? This is what it looks like. Okay? So there it is. I know it looks absolutely amazing.
That does look good.
That looked yummy.
Oh my God, I ain't even gonna lie. That is really good. Alicia, are you eating?
I am.
You trying to steal my spot on the show, girl? Okay, don't pay attention to Alicia, guys. She's trying to steal Daddy's thunder. Okay. And then I'm gonna cut this one here. This is the one that's topped. And you guys wait till you see this chocolate. Okay, look at the chocolate that's in there.
That's
okay. And it's just falling off of the fork. Hold on, let Daddy get a piece. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Rob,
God.
send me some over.
So you guys, there it is. It's not too messy. Obviously, you probably wouldn't make all 3 of these. But there it is. Periodically throughout the show, I will hold it up so that you guys can see my work of art. Again, these are just a spin-off. This is served in my Vegas restaurant where I'm an executive chef on the weekends, and you guys can get that. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, I'll answer them. If not, we can move on.
Okay, first of all, you don't know we might make all 3 of those. Maybe we want all 3.
Very true.
Maybe we do. I'm going to go to a couple of comments. Terry T says, hello, people. We got a viewer watching from Iceland.
Oh, welcome.
And I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but I'm going to try. It's Frekja something. I'm sorry. But she's our viewer from Iceland. And Christy says, my grandma used to make poke cakes all the time. I remember it was very good. Been years since I had it. And oh my God, Zen, that looks yummy. I will try that after surgery. I think that's about it right now.
Okay.
This is also served at the Four Seasons, just saying.
Oh, girl, that ain't served. Okay. It's getting deep. Everybody get your boots on.
At least I don't got my ribbons out here, okay? They're all in the closet.
Alicia, what do you have? What did you bring tonight for the viewers? And I'm going to be sharing an amazing tip later on about cooking in the kitchen with eggs.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if Sarah knows this. Okay, go ahead, Alicia.
Okay, first of all, wait, I gotta fix this here for a second because But first of all, I want to say that Michael's over there looking very impatient. Don't be showing your little. Okay. Yes, I'm licking my fingers because it's amazing. Okay. So I had to take the wrappers off of mine. No, it's not store-bought. Okay. I had to use my heart. Okay, these are cheesecake.
Yummy.
Cheesecake, okay? And let me just say, what I did use and what I was taking off was the little cupcake wrappers, because that's how I made them. But this is a no-bake cheesecake. And let me pull up the stats for you guys. Anyway, what it is, I don't use this one. I use just the the regular cream cheese because I don't do low fat or non-fat. I don't use all that stuff. I don't do that. I use the full fat because that's how I do it. And so I use that, and at the bottom of these, I put, instead of making like a, the regular crust that you do for the,
like a graham
crackers and the butter and all that stuff, I just took a little bit of granola, and I put it at the bottom of the cups, and not even very much. It's like, I mean, you literally cannot see it. It's such a thin.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. There's like nothing, but and it actually has no sugar in it.
Yay!
It's a no sugar, but there is a sugar substitute. Okay, there is sugar substitute. Let me go over the ingredients. There is cream cheese, obviously. I use Truvia. There's vanilla, and there's I use the sugar-free pudding, the cheesecake flavor. So I did all that, and then I also used the unflavored gelatin just to kind of get it, firm and all that. And yeah, and the reason that this is green is because I put food coloring, because it's almost St. Patty's Day.
Patty's Day.
Yeah. And then on top of it, I actually put, I don't know if this is what you call a compote. Is that what it's called? Where you take the fruit. I took frozen fruit, and I put a little bit of Truvia in it, and I, like, cooked it down. And my friend Nirvana told me it would be really amazing if I did that.
Yep,
so.
I'm sure it is.
Yes, so that's what this is. It's just like a mixture of blueberries and blackberries and raspberries on there. And this one right here has a little bit of just strawberry preserves. So
it looks so good.
That does look good.
And so each one has okay, so the nutrition facts on these are, they are 150 calories. There's 1 carb and 0 sugars and 4.8 grams of protein. So
very good.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I'm really proud of my little dessert here. And the reason I went with cheesecake, I was talking to Michael. First of all, I was talking to Michael, and he thought it would be funny. And second of all, because people always tease me about my love of cheesecake, but I will never give up my love of cheesecake. But there's always ways around it, and there's, like we said, I mean, there's ways to make things, lower sugar. I mean, for 150 calories for one of these, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with taking 150 calories and 0 sugars and about 5 grams of protein.
Right.
So, all right, guys. I got to take it.
Let's see. It looks like it looks good.
Oh my god, it's so amazing. It's so good. So good. So, you guys top that one, because this is going to be hard. You know what? Sarah's, yours looked amazing. Rob, yours looked amazing. And Zen, hey, you can never go wrong with some fruit and
Bye.
yeah, there you go. And so here we go. And look at me, I was all festive for St. Patty's Day.
I love that. I think that you call it pistachio too, just to say.
Oh yeah, I could have done
your
that.
name, when you put it on the menu.
There you go. All right.
That looks amazing.
How did you form it? You formed it just little cupcake containers,
Yeah.
or a little?
Yeah, these, and then I put it in a cupcake, pan.
Right. So you made you can make as many as you want or as few as you want.
Well, I made 12 because that's what the recipe. Plus, Chris, he loves cupcakes, so.
Yeah.
I mean cupcakes. He likes cheesecakes. And, cupcakes too. We all love cupcakes, so. I'm really happy with this, and.
And how long was your prep time?
It took me probably about 15 minutes to prep everything, and then I stuck it in the freezer for a couple hours, and that was it.
Yep.
Yum.
And the thing is, even if you don't have long to prepare on the day of the show, Rob, you can prepare the day before. You know what I mean? And just give yourself as much time as you need to put together the ultimate recipes.
Well, I did prepare both of the sauces yesterday and refrigerated them, but there was no way I could prepare them. The hard thing for me is because the viewers can't literally taste or really smell what we're cooking. I try to present it so that it looks good, and preparing these and making them yesterday would have not been the most presentable.
No, the cake part has gotten sappy.
So this one was easier to prepare because it was going to be quick, but on future episodes where there's meals or different things like that, it may be a little harder, but on the end, I can pretty much spruce up anything to make it look presentable. I mean, I did not become an executive celebrity chef, overnight. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know. So here we go. Let's hold up our dishes. Honestly, everyone that's set. Michael, not yours, because yours is set. Don't hold yours up.
Michael's gone.
Okay, so that the viewers can see. People want to see the food.
I have to get you another piece because I'm killing this thing.
Well, hold up what you have, then.
I'm gonna bring you another piece after.
We don't need. Okay, hers is gone. So.
Mine is almost gone.
So let's go to Michael. And Alicia, before we go to Michael, do we have any comments or anything? Oh, you got your mouth full. We'll go to him and come back.
No, it's not full. Look, it's gone.
Okay.
So, it's actually her name is pronounced Freya. So, thank you for clearing that up for me. She says, "I am a sweet tooth sucker from hell." That's serious. Or Iceland, whichever one you want to say, whatever. She's like, same at the moment in all this snow. She says she's a true chocoholic, and she loves all our sweets that we have here. So
if you like chocolate, you will love this, and just go ahead and cast your vote for a blue ribbon now. Thank you so much.
Okay, I brought you guys some more, and this is how I smash it up in the bag. I'm not going to pull it out because it's freezing cold. But you can see my daughter has already been at work.
Oh, Lord.
As well as myself. This stuff is amazing.
And then Christy says, "Oh my God, I'm going to have to stop watching. LOL, all looks so yummy. Pre-op diet, kill me here." Monkey says, "Bite, bite." So apparently Monkey, who, if you guys don't know, is her daughter, her 2-year-old daughter, and apparently she wants to eat all our treats right now. You know. And that's about it coming in. Oh no, sorry, I'm wrong. Tracy VSG says, "That looks amazing, yum." And she says, "Can you post your recipe, Alicia?" And yes, I will. After the show, I'll put it down. Because we all know that Alicia is the winner tonight. Oh, well, Michael has to, go up. But
Michael at least present before I win.
I know, right?
Ooh,
I'll let you go, Michael.
Okay.
Okay, Michael, what do you got? Let's see.
I've got 3 different things. First of all, I like me a sweet drink, and this here is a 0-calorie, 0-carb, 0 everything. All it was it's a coconut cherry limeade drink. The Weiler's cherry limeade, little straws, I call them, that you pour in a bottle of water. It was that with a bottle of water and 1.5 ounces of the Skinny Girl coconut syrup. And it is like, it's still got that tang from the limeade and the sweet of the coconut. So I mean, it's a really nice, refreshing deal that I really go to during the summertime. And then my main dishes here, my main desserts. I made me a cheesecake too. Yeah, I make them in the little wrappers, and I use a little shortbread cookie underneath. So it is a sugar-free shortbread cookie, and mine is a Greek yogurt cheesecake bite. I got mine right here on the plate that I'm going to eat tonight. And it's made with the sugar-free cheesecake pudding. It's also made with a Greek yogurt vanilla pudding mix, 32 ounces of Greek yogurt, and then the little shortbread cookies. This whole dish will make 18 little cheesecakes.
Wow.
And the calorie count for them is they're 89 calories each, with 12 carbs and 6 grams of protein.
Wow.
Wow.
I'd eat me 4 of them.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, and I went ahead and figured the sodium on them too. There's 196 mgs of sodium.
Okay.
So most of that came from the Greek yogurt. You know, we all know that Greek yogurt is not low carb, so.
It's got 9 carb per serving for 6 ounces.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah.
So that is my little cheesecake.
Hold it up just a little bit, Michael.
There you go. And it's, the cookie stays really crunchy. I made them this afternoon. And then, it just tastes like cheesecake. Just amazing. Amazing.
It does look good, but mine looks better. Just
Here
saying.
we go.
Only because yours was green. I worry about green
Oh.
food. I really do worry about
Hey
green
now.
That one
Hey
is called booger cheesecake.
food. Okay.
Whatever, it still tastes
Now-
good.
Now my next dish is my black bean award-winning brownie. See, I've already got my blue ribbon right here. They are award-winning.
That's self-awarding.
Oh, jeez.
Love it.
I got lots of ribbons and for my cooking. You know, I'll just go ahead and show. Just so many ribbons. Just I am a ribbon fool. I got ribbons and rosettes. So come on, we know who the winner is tonight.
Here we go.
Be your
Right?
guest.
Sure do.
But and I cut these little my brownies, my black bean brownies. They're heart shaped. So you know, presentation. But these here are gluten-free. There's no flour in these at all. What is in there is a can of black beans, 1/4 of a cup of cocoa. I did use a 1/2 a cup of sugar because I am out of my stevia blend. Vanilla extract, baking powder, canola oil, 2 eggs, and a pinch of salt. And it makes a 8 by 8 pan, which is 16 servings cut like this in heart shapes, which the calorie count for this right here is 83 calories, 11 carbs, and 3 protein.
Oh, good.
That's good.
That's very
And
good.
and they're cakey, and they're just, if you have never had a black bean brownie,
No.
you need to have one because you will never eat a regular brownie again.
Question,
That's
They are
all
good.
Michael talks about is his black bean brownies.
Michael, how are you prepping the beans? Are you putting them in your food processor like a Ninja or something to mash them?
The way I do it is I drain and rinse the beans. I put them in my Ninja, and then I put all the ingredients in right on top of it and mix them all at once.
Okay.
Just pulse it until it's smooth, and then you just you pour it into your pan and bake it for 25 minutes at 375.
Those bitches would be good with some frosting on them, too.
Yeah. Or some of that sugar-free chocolate sauce would be awesome.
Yeah, maybe.
Listen to him.
I can eat frosting in anything. Oh, my God. Oh.
So, Sister Scaleback RNY says, thanks for the idea, everyone. And let's see. Who? I thought there was another one. Oh, Michelle, she said that she really loves everything. So, and our friend from Iceland says she loves your idea, Rob. So.
Oh, bless her heart. I'm going to have to come visit you, girl. I've always wanted to come there. And I could open up like a little restaurant or something there. And, you know, so yeah, but thank you so much for your support. I appreciate the vote. And
Yeah. And then she also says, Michael, you know that's really vodka with food coloring in it, right?
No, but a little vodka in there would be pretty good. Thanks for the idea, girl.
And yeah, and I did get a private text message from Joy, and she said that she's like, cheesecake, yum. So she loves my cheesecake.
It's amazing. Now let me ask you guys a question if you know. And I'm surprised I don't know this. Now I like cheesecakes that are not baked. That's what I prefer, the bakeless cheesecake, okay? I love the creaminess. I love the taste. I don't seem right to me to bake a cheesecake, but to each their own. But this is the question. Now, over at that Cheesecake Factory, are those baked or no? Their stuff's baked, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that I don't mind, okay? But I've tried baking a cheesecake, and I don't like it. I like the ones you buy in the box, the no-bake. I love the cheesy part of it. I love the crumb cake, or the crust part of it. I like it all. It's amazing.
Yeah.
My mom used to make what she called poor man's cheesecake, and it was just cream cheese and a tub of Cool Whip, and you just mix it together and put it in a graham cracker crust, and then top it with like cherry pie filling or something. It's not healthy at all, but it's really delicious.
Good.
It is so good.
So does it just set back up when you put it in the fridge because of
Yeah,
the cream?
yep, you just put it in the fridge and it sets up. I've made it actually with the cream cheese, the Cool Whip, and then cocoa powder to make a chocolate one. Really good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's ask this question, and then we can each share like something if we want to or whatever also. But to the viewers and to the panel, what is your go-to snack for when you have that sweet tooth? I mean, when that tooth is sweet and you really need something that is going to be super sweet, what is your go-to snack other than what we presented tonight? Because obviously we would all say these. But generally, if we have a sweet tooth, we're not going to go take the time to buy these ingredients and make these things, so to say. So if you have a sweet tooth in general, what is something that you would grab? Let's start with Sarah. Sarah?
Well, usually it would just be spoonfuls of Nutella, but since I'm in a bet with Khalif that I can go a year without Nutella, I'm not eating Nutella. So I like chocolate chips and raisins mixed together. I just put them in a bowl and eat them up, and they're sweet and it's yummy. And it gives you that chew factor, like you just want to chew something. So that's really good, one of my favorite things.
Delicia, what about you?
Here we go. He's always going to play around with my name. I really like a couple things. Either like a couple squares of dark chocolate, or I do dried cranberries. I love dried cranberries in everything. So I actually will do just like a small handful of dried cranberries, and I really love that.
Cool. Then what about you?
I have a few different go-to things. Depends how bad the craving is and how much of it I can actually. Sprouts Market has a probiotic trail mix that has walnut, cranberry. Those yogurt balls, they're like white chocolate, sort of they're white yogurt balls, and then they have almonds also in there, and that is really addicting. I have to not buy that. The other thing I do, I told you before, I use the giant dates and almonds. I was doing more walnuts, and my doctor said it's better, the fat's better from almonds than walnuts, so I'm a walnut addict too. So those are two things, and I also like taking if I really feel like something's sweet, I can take an apple and cut it up, peel it, and then put cinnamon and some of that Torani vanilla or caramel syrup on it and microwave it, and cinnamon, and then it becomes like a baked apple. And you can also mix that mixture in with yogurt and make like an apple pie. It tastes just like apple pie when you mix it with Greek yogurt and steep it. So those are some of the things I do that kind of cool my mind and that I'm really eating something that I shouldn't be, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Michael?
Well, there's a few things I'd normally do. If I'm out on the go and I get a sweet tooth, I always have Sour Patch bubble gum. is my go-to when I'm out and about, and it's normally the green apple Sour Patch bubble gum. That's when I'm out on the go. Like if I'm at the office, I always have a bag of granola with freeze-dried vegetable fruits in it, and I also throw in like a handful of like M&Ms and mix them all up, and that's pretty much what I do for a real quick. I need something sweet.
Good.
Unless he opens his drawer and takes out a candy bar, that is. Come on, Michael. Let's be honest now, because I have talked to him while he's been at the office.
You know, the funny thing is, as you say that, for me, I don't have a huge sweet tooth. My issue, where I run into issues, is more like with potato chips and things like that. That's where I really run into a problem. So if I have a big sweet tooth, if I'm at the store, I'm going to get a regular size candy bar, not a king size. I'm going to get a regular size candy bar, and I'm going to eat that because it is satisfying. For me, being a food addict, one thing I have to be careful not to do is just eat stuff, trying to take care of something, because and for me, it doesn't fool my mind. And then I ate that, and then I go eat in the first place. Yeah. And if I would have ate what I would have ate in the first place, I wouldn't have had all those additional calories and carbs and everything else that I tried to eat the first time. So I'll do that. Or the other thing, the other thing that I like to do, and this is so toothless, but I love to do it, is buy a thing of the whipped cream in the can, and then you take the can and you tilt your head back and you fill up your mouth one mouth, and you eat that, and then you do it a second time. And honestly, you guys, total, it's probably like 70 calories. It's not a lot of sugar in there. It's not a lot of carbs. There's not a lot to it, but I'll tell you what, it really gives you a satisfying feeling for that whipped cream. So those are two things I do. Probably toothless. The one is toothless for sure, but ain't nobody going in my fridge eating my whipped cream, right? The other thing is I grab a candy bar, but I always buy the regular size and not the king size. Even if the king size is on sale, I'm not buying it because I don't need it. To me, that's 2 servings. And if I just have a sweet tooth, I'm going to grab a candy bar, and I mix it up. I don't get the same thing. I do have a favorite candy bar, but I went and grabbed the same one every time. I would mix it up. And that's something I might do a couple times a month. It's nothing that I would do several times a week. I mean, again, it's really about using moderation. Having a candy bar isn't going to kill anybody.
Right.
Right.
Real quick, you guys, we got like 6 minutes left, and I wanted everyone to share, and I'm going to lead with the example, and then everyone can share like one amazing tip or trick that they have for cooking or whatever the case might be. So this is mine, and I heard this, you guys, and I didn't know this, or this is something I would have had my chefs do and my cooks do in my restaurant in Vegas. Okay, so if you want to cook with eggs, or you're making breakfast, or you're baking, and I'm curious to know if Sarah knows this, and I know she's going to be honest, so she'll just answer. But you can always tell if an egg is fresh by taking a bowl of water and putting it in the water. If the egg sinks to the bottom, it means that it's fresh. If an egg does not sink when it's put in water, it is not good. It should not be used.
Right.
Did you know that, Sarah?
I actually just learned that recently, so it is new news to me as well.
Yeah, so when you
I thought that was amazing.
Yes, when you put an egg in water, your egg, if it is fresh, should sink. And if it floats or does not sink all the way, that is not a fresh egg. Dispose of it.
Right.
Okay, Rob, can you give us the reason for that, please, scientifically speaking?
I don't know what the reason is, but that came from a pastry chef that has baked. And where did you get your source from, Sarah?
Pinterest.
Okay. I didn't get it from there. I actually heard it on a show, and a lady was baking, and she was making batter for French toast. And she was explaining how if you have eggs that are in the fridge, they always have to put a date on them for some reason, things go bad. So they put it on there. But she said if it's within a few days, you can take the egg, put it into the water, and if it sinks to the bottom, you still have what is considered a fresh egg. If it doesn't, it is not fresh, and you'd want to get rid of it. I don't know if something changes within the compound inside of that shell, it has to be the content inside of it. It must get something to where it won't sink. I don't know the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is a good tip, and I did research that, and there was several sources that said that is true. So
We have a few comments. So Kim Cakes VSG said, and here I thought sweets would be a no-no. Silly me. Yeah. So, Sister Scaleback RNY says, thanks for the idea, everyone. And then Tracy VSG says, well, she wants us all to share our recipes because Tracy just wants all of it. So she says we're making her hungry. Shadow Girl 1 says, oh my gosh, everything looks so dang yummy, y'all. The cheesecake stuff. I feel like combining the cheesecake with the chocolate and peanut butter sauce on top. That would be to die for.
That would be yummy.
Yeah, right? And then Freya says, Rob, you're welcome anytime to Iceland to come visit her. She will welcome you. And she says that she grabs chewing gum for her sweet tooth if there's no chocolate in her house. Christy says, LOL, you go, Michael. Sizzle this has this. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think so. So I'm just saying. Maintaining Michelle is drooling. And then Christy also says she loves to get hummus chips when she wants a snack. She loves salty stuff also. And then the last one was, Joy, or Joy Lynn, she says, Michael, you're missing some rum from your drink. So apparently, Michael, everyone wants you drunk.
Yeah.
So, Michael's a fun time when he's drunk, apparently.
That's what we've heard, anyway.
We hear that, Michael.
I'm pretty lovable when I'm drunk.
And, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, and apparently, kissing anyone is not out of the question with Michael, so.
Right. Sarah, what tips do you have for folks for cooking?
For when you're baking, I often do this is I forget to take out my butter, and the recipe calls for softened butter, and you can microwave it to soften it, but then sometimes it ends up melting on you. But you can actually take your cheese grater and grate the butter, and then it's softened, and you can cream it a lot easier. So you don't have to sit around and wait or worry about melting your butter. It works really good.
Amazing tip. Thank you. Zen tip?
Let's see. Hang on. It'll come to me. Could you just tell me what type, just any tip?
Yeah, just a tip for the viewers.
Make stuff the way you like it. That's what I do. Just try to change things up if you need to restrict this or that to make yourself happy, and add things in that are going to taste good together. And if you're not sure, try it and move on to the next thing if it's not a success. That's what I do, and I just try to, like I keep saying, I fool my mind, but I don't really. After a while, it becomes like a habit, and I'm actually healthier, and I'm not contaminating my body with stuff that's going to hold me back from my journey and being healthy going forward.
Cool. Michael?
I do have a tip. It is regards to shredded cheese. I do not buy shredded cheese anymore. I shred my own. I buy a block of shredded cheese and shred my own because of all the chemicals that they put in the shredded cheese to make it last longer. It don't clump together. Mm-hmm. It's full of just a list of stuff that I can't even pronounce sometimes. So I always buy a block of cheese, shred what I need when I need it, and it's fresh and it's nothing coated on your cheese.
Amazing tip, Michael. Thank you.
Good tip, Michael.
Yeah. Plus, it tastes better.
It does.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're doing one kind, but what do you do when you need a blend? You know, when you're trying to blend 3, 4 kinds, like for an Italian.
I will grade 3 or 4 different kinds. You know,
And
just
toss
grade
it up.
what I need. Yeah, toss it up.
Yeah.
Pasta salad. Alicia?
Well, I just, you know, I just want to say that, you know, don't be afraid to try stuff and you know, and test it out and stuff. And also, there's also, you can always modify stuff, you know, for your liking or for your, you know, the nutrition. You know, if you're diabetic or you can't have something or allergic to, you know, there's always ways to change it up and stuff. And the other thing I want to say is that just to remind people that, you know, Sarah, a lot of times on her channels on Saturdays will have, you know, different baking stuff, and so that's always fun to watch and stuff. So I just wanted to remind people that, you know.
What do you call that, Sarah? You have a name for that episode.
Yeah, Sarah Saturday Sweets.
There you go.
Are you still doing that?
I'm doing them every other weekend now, so there'll be a new one up this weekend.
I got addicted to them, and what did I always tell you, Sarah, as Chef Daddy was watching your show?
Cut it open so we can see the inside.
I always want to see the inside. She makes these amazing baked goods, and you can see the outside, and they look so good, and it's like, cut it and let me see the inside, or at least take a bite so I can see. I always want to see the inside.
And what I love too is that her cameraman there, these close shots of her.
Yeah.
She's like, step back, which is her husband, if anyone doesn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So make sure to check out her channel. Make sure to check out Renew on Tuesdays, Sizzle This on Sundays. Smack me if I'm wrong.
That's right.
Okay, 9 p.m. both shows. No, hold on. What time is your guys' show?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
But they are, I just want to say, Michael, aren't you guys changing things up?
We are changing things up. We will be switching days and time slots here at the end of the month. We will be scooting right into the forum slot.
Good.
On Friday nights.
Yes. Awesome. That's an amazing spot because you know why? For anybody that don't know, oh, here we go. You hit a little bit in there.
I got a little bit in there. You know,
I love it.
good old Malibu. A little more coconut ain't gonna hurt nobody.
For anyone that don't know, since we've talked about most of the shows, I'll just tell you that the forum has 2 more weeks. That's my show over on Rob Reno TV. We've been on for 21 months, had over 70 episodes that we will have aired. Been on a long time. We did an amazing job getting back to the community in so many ways. And that Friday at 9 p.m. is an amazing slot because people will watch it live. But Saturday and Sunday, when a lot of people are off work, they will immediately take the time to watch those. Whereas sometimes when it's later on in the week, it's like, okay, well, that's over. I'll just catch the next one live kind of thing. So it's a really good time slot, and I'm so glad you guys are falling into that slot. So before we go, Alicia, announce who's going to be with us next week and what our competition is.
Yes, next week we're gonna have it's the Irish theme since it's gonna be St. Patty's Day, and we're gonna have the wonderful VSG Bobby on here with us. So we're really excited to have him on, and it's gonna be really fun.
Yes, we're all very, very excited. Thanks again to Michael and Sarah for joining us tonight. It was amazing.
Thank you.
You know, you guys all did good. You guys should all be glad you got anywhere from second place down.
Here we go.
And have a good one. Without further ado, you guys, here we go. Without further ado, you guys, we will see you next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Real Talk Food Network.
Yeah, and down in the comments, just go ahead and vote for me, you know, because I won.
Or me.
I got my ribbon already.
Whatever. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.